Hello. Welcome to another fun, action-packed episode of Unscripted Gaming. My name is Mike. I'm joined by Ray. Hello, Ray.
Hello.
Josh is out of town at the moment.
Yep.
Best of luck to him in his travels.
I mean, he's like on vacation. I'm sure he's doing.
He's on vacation. He's not, ferrying across the sea or anything, folks.
Right? That's the way you made it sound.
He's going to find like the Western Passage to India finally after all these years.
Oh my gosh. Wait, you
gonna do it?
Nope, never.
To most conveniently trade for spices that we will then use to, then we will not use when we make beans and toast or whatever British people did.
Or they'll just subjugate the people along the way. They're really
Yeah, they
good
do
at
that.
They're shockingly good at that.
White people be subjugating. You know what they always say.
Oh my gosh, should I mention that we're recording this May 30th, 2020?
Yeah.
And there are things happening in the world.
Yeah. We should say that this is a video games podcast. This is I want to proclaim officially that this is an anti-gamer video gaming podcast.
Anti-gamer
We
gaming
like
podcast.
video games. We despise gamers. I'm sorry. If you don't understand, please unsubscribe. Actually, don't do that. Get mad and continue subscribing so you can be mad at us.
You guys have been helping us out a lot. Our metrics are actually really high. Please stay. Don't listen.
Yeah.
Thank you for rating us on iTunes. It really helps.
Like and subscribe. If you have any problems with any take I have, I'm going to send it to, you should send all of your complaints, questions, concerns, rants about why gamer hatred is bad and why gamers are a protected class. You should send that all to, you should bleep this out, to Josh's email, which
Oh my
is...
gosh. Oh no. Stop
Beep.
it.
I'm
Stop it.
just kidding.
I won't bleep out his last name just for the hell of it.
Yeah, you probably should do that, actually.
I'm totally going to do that.
But Ray, hot take. I think
Okay.
it's bad when police murder people.
Okay. Are we going to spend a couple seconds on this? Because
I think we can touch base on this. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
let's
kind of hard to
look
talk about.
it is.
We'll get to the games first.
The world's weird right now. We're in kind of a flux. The quarantine hasn't helped anyone. Tensions are hot. And when you
Meltdown May is really ending with a bang.
Oh yeah, it's going out swinging.
Again,
You will remember it this month.
I'd like to clarify, this is entirely justified Meltdown May, because
Yeah.
when you loot communities legally through policy and wealth extraction, and you police people like this, what the fuck do you think's gonna happen?
What? It's very hard to find people. I have found some very ardent, and I'm gonna be insulting here, very ardent boomer defenders that have said oh, he probably just died of other complications. I don't know. If you have 180+ pound human being stay on your
Oh,
neck
he's pushing
for
250. Come on.
You think bullshit. Anyway, you have a full-grown ass adult of we'll say athletic build, muscular build, whatever. The police officer staying on your neck for 9 minutes, and then you're shocked when that person dies.
Yeah. Dude, they put out the autopsy report. And it's and any other quote possible intoxicants unquote may have contributed. It's what does that mean? That's not an official term. Shut the frick up.
No, I stopped bleeping out curse words a long time ago because it doesn't help our YouTube metrics at all. But
Hell yeah, brother.
Fuck off with that nonsense. Seriously.
And
Go away.
Again, trying not to pivot too hard into the cursed land, but when they're oh, we're gonna have the guy who did who's gonna do the autopsy is the same guy who did the autopsy for Jeffrey Epstein and was also on the board of the commission that investigated the assassination of JFK. I'm just what the fuck am I supposed to do with this information? What the fuck? How are you not supposed to go crazy? Oh my god!
It is that point I said yesterday of can you just find literally anyone else qualified to do this? anybody. Please.
I know. I'm just like waving my 2 drinks in Ray's face. I'm just like, how the fuck am I not supposed to go crazy? Ah.
There's a Representative Tony Lavosky. I told you, we are at red alert status for that becoming a serious ratio.
Ooh.
He said, don't tell me he erased the tweet. Don't be a coward. No. He erased it. He said, looters deserve to be shot. Hashtag Second Amendment. And that ratio.
Okay. So that's pretty good. I might have to one up you on let me find, oh god, please let me find it. Where'd it go? Come on, where is it? I'm sure this is like really great content to listen to me like furiously scroll through.
Let's scroll through Twitter, I assume.
Timeline. Let me.
I mean,
okay.
Can we cover one thing? I don't think it's any secret that probably me personally, I'm pretty sure also Mike, who I've lovingly called from time to time Red Mike, has zero love for our current sitting president. He does some good things from time to time, but oh man, when he screws the pooch, he pulls no punches.
Yeah, he's bad. He's a bad guy.
He's not.
He's a bad guy.
He's not the best.
So okay, I found it. So this is the last thing we should talk about before we do the games. This is the tweet of the week segment.
Are you sure?
So in Louisville, there's a statue of King Louis XVI, and someone took the hand from the statue and like ran away with it, which is badass and awesome. The video of this is quoted by someone named Louis de Bourbon, Duc d'Anjou, and they say, as the heir of Louis XVI and attached to the defense of his memory, I do hope that the damage will be repaired and that the statue will be restored. I already thank the capital A authorities for the measures they will take for that. Hashtag Louisville, hashtag Louisville protest, hashtag Kentucky.
Why'd they?
I just want you to sit there with that knowledge that a descendant of someone whose head was fucking cut off in a public square is like, how dare you take the hand of the statue of my grandfather? I hope the authorities do everything in their power to restore this situation. Just what an incredible tweet. And then he like reply. Then he does like the reply thing where he's like, "No, this is actually what I meant. No, I'm gonna post through it." And you're just like, it's so funny.
Okay,
I can't believe that website is free. Yes, I know I'm the product. Shut up. Don't tell me that. I already know.
You are the product. Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me. I know.
I wasn't actually gonna say that because you know it.
Yes, shut up, Ray. I know it, but I love it.
I love a good ratio, and I hate the fact Twitter is testing how blue check mark people can just post a comment and turn off post a bad take and turn off comments. Like, I will delete Twitter.
No, there's here's how we pivot to gaming, because Jason Schreier, it was like good, was like, you know what, I just got this new feature and I want to test it out, and so he posted something like Shadow of the Colossus is like a dog shit game or whatever. And locked all the replies to it, so everyone could. So like people, it was just like getting retweeted a lot, but like with no likes. It was so, but it was. I just saw that and I was like, ooh, I'm so. It's but see, they also they got around it too, because you can hide replies now, which is like the coward badge, because if you tweet something and then I see that you've been hiding replies, that means you're a coward.
Yeah,
if anything,
you live
that
by
just
the bad
signals,
take, you die by the bad take.
Yeah, exactly. It's against the code, and if anything, it's a prey-like movement that the sharks and like trolls of Twitter will like. If they see that, then it's like, oh, ooh, we got him mad. Here we go. It's bait.
I want to remind everyone that someone trying to run for president, Howard Schultz, dropped out because he kept getting ratioed on Twitter.
God,
There's
that's the man
power
we-
to being ratioed.
That's the man that we need in this moment. Is fucking Howard Schultz.
The CEO of Starbucks.
I mean, at least he's like. I assume that he can, complete a sentence about the can answer a question about the global economy without talking about like malarkey, long cars he used to drive on the beach, corn pop, or rusty rain bucket knives or whatever.
Rusty rain bucket knives.
Video games.
We should probably transition.
What are they? What are they? What do they mean?
Okay, let's go ahead and I'm about to be extremely reductive here. Let's transition to our podcast, which is about being so privileged that you find entertainment in the digital media.
Yeah,
But no, seriously, I like games, but we should talk about
I like games
them.
too.
Yes. Mike, what games you've been playing? I've been playing a couple of games. I want to hear what you've been playing.
Well, I've been continuing. I haven't been playing anything super new. I have been playing some more Animal Crossing, which I'm ready for there to be some new updates with that, just because I've gotten really into like the decorating, which is fun and cool, and I like that, and I really like. I made like a little like spa thing in my house, which is really cool. I love my little kitchen because it's not just like a super high tech like billionaire kitchen. It's like a really cluttered, like homey looking kitchen, and I'm really happy with it. And I just got like a chef's hat to hang above like my apron.
That's
in there. It look like I love it so much. It's so good. So I keep like finding like new projects and new ideas of like decorations I want to do and stuff. So I've been playing a lot of that. I really like it, but I think I am kind of ready for some quality of life updates, maybe some new stuff, and maybe some. You know what? We gotta talk about Red, because that motherfucker.
Red, the shifty fox that comes to your island and calls you cousin.
So he showed up on like twice on our island in like the past month, and both times he came here, none of the things were legit.
Ladies and gentlemen, anyone that you never met in your life immediately starts calling you cousin, you don't trust that person. Ever. That's the takeaway you get from Red coming to your island.
That's the one thing I'm like, I guess I'm never gonna finish the art part of the museum, because someone on Reddit calculated that if you get Red approximately once a week and you guarantee that he has like a legit object every time.
Yeah.
Like it's like gonna take you probability wise, it's gonna take you at least like 187 visits to get everything.
Oh my gosh.
And that's assuming he comes once a week, which LOL. And assuming he doesn't have all forgeries, which again, LOL. And that obviously also includes the fact that if he shows up again, the only legit thing might be something you already have.
Mike,
so they should fix that.
That's 3.5 years of possibly filling out the art collection from Red.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be a nah from me, dog. One thing I do like with Red is that when you buy something from him, like normally you like hand bells to people and then they hand you the item, but like Red does some weird thing where he like boom, and like your little pocket like poofs or something. Mm-hmm. Like he's doing some kind of like weird magic thing that is like shady and different.
Yeah,
that no one else in the game does, which I think is really cool.
Red's evil.
Like, yeah, he's like
Tom Nook gets it, but like everyone says Tom Nook is a monster, and he is. But Red actually is evil. Yes. He's actually a bad person.
Yeah, he's a grifter.
Yeah. He's out to steal your goods.
Yeah.
If we're talking about Animal Crossing, I've taken a bit of a small break from Animal Crossing. Like, Anna went ahead and offloaded like all of our turnips, all of our nips in the sun market. I think she offloaded them off of Megan's Island. But The lack of quality of life in that game has just made me hit a limit.
Whoa!
I
Looks
know
like
this is.
there's some interference on your Nook phone, Ray.
I
God,
put
fucking
up with
Orville.
the-
I want to roast him over a fire like a porg.
make those dodos extinct again. I have been bitching about Nintendo's really crappy online service that they have the sheer shitting temerity to charge any amount of money for. I don't care if it's $20 a year. It still is as good as when they were charging it for free. There's no upside
Ray,
to
that's
it.
just 35 cents a day.
I don't give a shit.
For this low price of 35 cents, you can provide Nintendo Online service to a child or adult in need.
Their family plan is even cheaper. It's like $35 for like what, 7 accounts or something ridiculous like that.
It's like 8.
But
Because I think we've adopted a couple people on our plan, which is adorable.
don't get me wrong, that is a crazy good deal in the sense of like how much online gaming costs. But here's where I back up. I hate PlayStation Online. I hate the fact I pay $60 a year for. But damn it, it works.
Yeah,
it
at least
works
get the cool
really
games.
well. Oh yeah, Nintendo gave me some cool games. Yeah, they gave you some cool Super Nintendo games.
You can get like
small
the worst.
handful.
Oh yes, time to play the worst version of Ghosts and Goblins. Hell yes, let's go.
I actually think that's the best version of Ghosts and Goblins.
I mean,
That's a
I had no
different
idea. I was just kidding. I don't
Oh,
know.
but
I don't,
they
I don't really like Ghosts and Goblins.
Okay.
Every time I play that game, I'm like, this is too hard and not fun. I'm gonna go play Dig Dug again.
If they had Dig Dug, that'd be cool. But they give you they give you a handful of Super Nintendo games. I think it's like 25. They give you a handful of NES games. I don't care. I'm in my 30s. I could get NES games a billion other ways. Do not select me as a feature anymore. How fucking dare you? But it's just connecting. Why are friend codes still a thing? Why
Like-
is it? Josh complained about this, and I'm gonna complain about it too until it changes. Why is it if I want to be, we'll take your missus, we'll take Sarah. Why is it if I want to go and be Sarah's friend, I have to go to your island? Actually,
Man, it's just like
Activate
all
my
of those
phone.
all of those mechanics are like so exhausting, and then like all the constant clicking you have to do through the Orville to go anywhere.
oh, and then
Another
there-
thing is like I wish Sarah and I could both be online or both be playing while other people are visiting, because then it's like, because we want to have people over to our island, like we work on it together, so it's like we're the only one of us can like be playing when everyone else is there. Like I think that is a super bummer.
Oh, the co-op mode is shit. Like the way Nintendo has handled how co-op works in that game is just repugnant. They basically said we're gonna make this so inconvenient that you will want to just buy another Switch and start a new island.
Yeah.
But no
And,
one
like-
wants to start another island from scratch. Oh my gosh, no!
Nah, man.
No, fuck that.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, I think that is just kind of a bummer. So I hope that they would streamline some of that stuff in the future. I would very much like them to do that.
Anna
be
brought
nice.
up a really good quality of life item that I was like, yeah, why is it this bad? Your villager is like a master identifier of bugs and fish. Every time you catch anything, they automatically not only know what it is, they have a catchy pun to go along right with it. But you dig up a fossil, they're like, fuck, I don't know. Let me take it to Blathers. And sit through his song and dance. Just like, it's the 8th T-Rex tail I've caught. Here's my suggestion. If Nintendo or anyone Nintendo listens to this, if I get 2 of the same fossil, every third time I dig up that same fossil, boom, my villager knows what it is. I don't care if you add a pun. Do not make me go there for like, oh, I already have this fossil, but I
no,
must
see,
show
the-
restraint.
it's not even that. Like you go there, you hit the button, like okay, time to assess. Okay, time to make a donation. Wait, assess fossil, and then it's like what's this? Oh my feathers! You don't have anything. We take properly assessed fossils and bugs and fish. We don't have. And it's like fuck, click. And then you like assess the fossils, and he's like, "Anywho, what fossils do you have?" God, oh.
The game it got. I'm
Oh,
not
I
gonna lie,
remember what I was
last
gonna
week
say.
it just. What is it?
Back for like the co-op, but like I think like the flying in cutscene and like the like airplane board cut like little thing where people are like passing in is cute. I like it when he says we're making a water landing, but it's a seaplane, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I think that's funny, but boy, I'm kind of sick of it now because I've seen it literally hundreds of times.
It's cute the first 3 times you see it. Every other time, you want to turn on a YouTube video because it's gonna take like 5 to 6 minutes for that to do its thing.
Yeah. So
I feel, and don't get me wrong, the game is fun. If you're below the age of like 16 or something, and you wanted to get this game to just mess around and have a cute little Animal Crossing island, I'm sure kids are having the time of their lives playing this game and. Good for them, but oh my gosh, when like a game like Minecraft is way more streamlined than fucking Animal Crossing, you might have done something wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
It's good. It's still a good
think
game. Just needs help.
I think like despite all that stuff, like I'm still enjoying the day-to-day of it. I don't play it like hours at a time. I just like dip in, do my chores, and then I'm done.
Yeah,
but,
that's how I was.
Yeah, I'm ready to see some kind of updates on that, and hopefully we'll hear about that soon. What else have I been playing?
What else? Have you been?
Let's see. Play some Smash Bros. Still, just fun, good. Still like it. I went back. Sarah and I went back and played Uncharted 4 and The Lost Legacy.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big one of the big my big popular critically well received game that I despise is The Last of Us.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that before.
I played through that game. I just didn't like it. Just top to bottom, just didn't like it.
I mean, I'm not gonna. Judge
I think
for that.
the story is good for a video game, but it's I don't know. It's pretty.
It goes places. I did not see the ending of it coming.
No, but I don't know. It didn't blow me away. I guess I think part of it may have been it had been so hyped up. So when I finally played it, I was just like, oh, this is just okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna say.
But let me tell you,
Yeah, what's up?
I had forgotten how much I enjoyed Uncharted 4 and The Lost Legacy. I think that they do a lot of things because that whole kind of gameplay loop was really kind of starting to show its age around that time, and I think they do enough to keep it moving and change it up in both of those games. And I think the story in both of those games are really, really well done. I think I kind of like how they're more grounded stories compared to how mythological the other ones were.
Yeah.
And I really like those characters. All the voice acting and directing, in a sense, is really fun. Yeah,
I think
we just kind of replayed those for fun, and I just forgot how good they are. They're really great.
If I'm not mistaken, The Lost Legacy, I guess as it were, is the last of Us game. Naughty Dog is kind of done with that series, or am I mistaken?
I feel like it ends in a way that I think after 4, it's pretty cool. I think I would be very surprised if we see Uncharted again for a long time.
I actually don't want another one. I like the way 4 ends so
4
well.
has such a perfect bow. 4 and The Lost Legacy has such great I think tied off in a really great place. I think if they did bring it back, it would have to be kind of a reboot type thing. But I just don't know. I feel like we need some more distance before I think people would be on board.
To what you were saying earlier, I actually am not on board, and I've never been on board with The Last of Us 2, because I found the ending of the first one so pitch perfect. I'm like, leave this as is. This is a piece of art. You don't need to touch it anymore. I'm one of the people that really, really dug the story in The Last of Us. And I find the fact that it's getting a sequel just kind of like chipping away at a diamond that's already like got all the perfect glare and glimmer to it. And you're like, you don't have to do this.
3 Cs or whatever.
Yeah. Like, you don't have to do this. Just leave it be. And they're like, nah, there's $1 to be had. Like, okay, yeah, people will buy a sequel to almost any game that's really good, but maybe some restraint? No. We'll get whatever
Hell
we got.
no. Yeah, I am. Like I said, I'm not gonna play it. I
have
may
no
have.
interest.
I may have looked up story spoilers because they leaked and I wanted to see them.
We never talked about that.
We never did talk about that. Maybe
Let's cover that for a tiny bit.
Yeah, why don't we talk about that? So,
Okay. Supposedly it was a disgruntled employee, and I don't know how true that is.
I don't believe that panned out to be the case. I think it was. Let me find it. Scrolling through some news here. Tony Hawk. Oh yeah, the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remaster or remake or whatever.
Hooray!
I hope that's 1. Hooray! 2. I hope it's good. Please don't mess it up. Just make it good.
I think it's gonna be fine. It's not gonna be like that thing Activision kind of shat out in 2015, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5, that awful piece of product that should never have been released.
Yeah, no.
The game where only the tutorial is actually on the disc and you have to download the rest of the entire game as a quote-unquote day one patch.
What? That's wild, man.
No, that's absolutely true.
So it got. I'm trying to find like. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so it got leaked from like a dev build, and I'm really curious to just see because I read through the kind of basics, and as you've heard me say, I think there's more to storytelling in whatever medium you choose than just a Wikipedia list of the plot points. And that's basically what I got. Yeah, so hackers found a vulnerability in a patch for an older Naughty Dog game and used it to get access to Naughty Dog servers. So not necessarily a disgruntled employee, but just some back-end exploit.
Wow.
So I mean, it's kind of a bummer that leaked out, for fans and the team who's like trying to keep that on lockdown. But oh boy.
I mean, the disgruntled employee leak is actually better. Don't spoil anything. But the disgruntled employee like throwing it out on the internet, that's actually a way better story than there is a gigantic server invulnerability to where people can just access the in-process builds of your game. Holy shit.
Yeah, that sounds like something that they'd probably want to fix.
Why is it online?
That's a great question.
Like, okay, not to pull like the appeal to authority card, but as someone that works on a build for a game I'm not going to talk about, that thing is not touching any internet servers, and nor should it.
Yeah, like I wonder. Yeah, I'm really curious to see how it happened, but.
So I guess they're gonna fix that.
Based on, I'm curious to see what the reaction is going to be to this game. I guess. Yeah, I don't want to like make any predictions because I feel like that would hint at some things, but.
So
I feel like, what if I told you that people might be mad?
I mean, there are people mad at the ending of the Final Fantasy VII remake. Like, people being mad at the game ending does not shock me.
Yeah, there's gonna be people mad, I think.
Okay, I'm excited for that. Also,
Gamers mad in this economy.
was it, to get your input, was it the gameplay or the story of the first Last of Us game that wasn't like peaking to you?
Honestly, it was kind of. I think the gameplay was the main thing. I just did not like how repetitive it was. Where it's like, oh, here's the puzzle section. Go get the ladder.
Yeah.
Here's the zombie. Oh, you don't have a lot of ammo.
So I'm glad you said that because
and the
I
story
agree with
I think
you.
was like good, but I guess like I think at that point I was starting to find like angry core dad and child like genre, which I feel like happens in games a lot. I was just very tired. I'm like, I don't care. It just doesn't really hit for me.
God
And
of War did it
I
well.
think it was like good. I just don't think it was like particularly like miraculous as far as like there are stories in video games that I think are better fit to the medium of games that I enjoyed a lot more. I think like The Last of Us is like an okay movie.
I'm really glad you said that because I agree with you that the Last of Us game, the first one, the story is the only thing that kept me going because I got tired of the game mechanics of it after like hour 5.
Yeah.
I'm like, I get where you're going. Are you going to innovate further than this? And for better or worse, it actually stops innovating beyond that. Like once you
Yeah.
start getting crafting done, and you can start making your shotgun slightly more powerful. Like, all right, what else you got? No, this is it. Continue playing.
No,
There's 20
dude,
more hours
you don't
of game.
understand, man. You don't get it, man.
Well, okay, so there's that game. Naughty Dog, I hope you guys patch up your leaky server. That sucks. That really sucks. I hope you guys don't keep crunching. That's a horrible. Speaking of which, any other games are you playing, Mike?
Let me see. I think that's kind of the gist. I mean, of the most interesting things. There's a teaser for some new Destiny stuff. I think we're gonna find out about a fall expansion here very soon,
Yeah.
or maybe just the new season. I don't know. I feel like we're gonna get some news because I think we're pretty close to getting stuff about a new season and a fall expansion as well. And speaking of fall game news, I think it seems like we're getting pretty close to, I think, finding out about some PlayStation 5 stuff coming this week.
Yes. Can we come back to that here in a moment? I actually have that on the list. Talk about PlayStation 5. There are 2 games that I played since the last time we talked. Sorry, my dog went in my lap. I completed Jedi.
Hi, Felix. Hello, Felix.
He's having a good day. It's nice. It's a nice and sunny and beautiful day. I completed Jedi Fallen Order, and the best way I've described it to some work colleagues is that game looked at the game design manual. No, not read it. Looked at it for Dark Souls, but they missed a lot of the really important things about it.
They missed like the haunting and like evocative world design that was very carefully thought out and planned.
There's a lot of lore building in Jedi Fallen Order. I'm not gonna begrudge it for that, but it's this combination of like Dark Souls and Metroid and I don't know. Actually, yeah, it's a combination of Dark Souls and Metroid, even though Dark Souls in and of itself is kind of a Metroidvania, if you really think about it.
Yeah, it really is in a sense.
Jedi Fallen Order, specifically on the base PS4. To everyone listening on this, if you haven't played it, do not buy the base PS4 version.
Yeah, sometimes like my PS. I was thinking about that the other day. My PS4. I've started playing Hitman 2 finally.
Okay, nice.
Just did like first level, so not a lot. My base PS4, it sounds like it is preparing for takeoff.
I'm not talking about like the loading sounds, which yeah, that is getting kind of loud. It's starting to show its age.
Yeah, a little
But
bit.
that game is buggy as hell. There were several times where an enemy late in the game would just straight up start T-posing towards me. And I'm like, oh, here we go.
That. Whoa, this guy fucks. Oh my god.
No, I'm serious. He was just like, and I'm like, I can't.
That'd be funny if that's what they did. If you were under leveled, they would just T pose at you.
They
and
would
like,
just T-pose at you.
if they touched you, it would just crash the game.
I want that to happen in one game one day, but that's another story for another time. It also has a horrific frame rate for because Dark Souls runs at a rock solid like 30 frames per second on Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Jedi Fallen Order casually dips to 10 on a certain forest world.
Casually dips to PowerPoint.
One time it did. It ran at a frame a second on. Okay, I'll just give away the world. There's a period where you go to the world Kashyyyk, and there is too much foliage for that game to process on PS4. They just good on you, Respawn, for making a really competent Star Wars game, but it's very clear they made sure it runs on PlayStation 4. They didn't make sure it runs well on PlayStation 4.
It was like,
Oh
no,
my
yeah,
God.
it runs.
And for a game that's all about like
You can start
parry
it.
timing and button timing,
Yeah.
just drop that shit. Don't even play it on the hardest difficulty. Just drop that shit to the one right above beginner, because no shame, there is no button timing that's going to happen when your frames
I
are
think
that low.
I need to play that game because I remember liking some tweets that were like, "Oh, there's like a really cool like story spoiler thing on this like side area."
The story
but-
is really cool, if
But
you're a Star Wars fan,
I
it's
don't
really
want to
cool.
spoil it, so you should play it. I'm like, no, I want you to spoil it, so I don't have to play it. Damn it.
It's
Fine.
it is one of the better Star Wars stories that's come out in the last couple of years, but based on Rise of
no.
Skywalker, that's not too hard to do. No, it's
Not
actually
again.
it's actually really good. If there are multiple pathways you could actually take in the game. This is kind of its Dark Souls Metroidvania roots, where you can be like, you know what, I'm tired of wielding a single lightsaber. Let me get the double-bladed lightsaber. And this isn't a spoiler. You could do this on like your second world that you visit. You're like, fuck it, I'm gonna go this direction, and you just get the double-bladed lightsaber. It's
No, you want the staff saber. That's the real shit.
no, that's what I mean. The one that
Yeah, there you
the
go.
one Darth Maul has. You basically get that.
Yeah, now we're talking. That's the
Yeah.
real shit.
And when you get that and you start upgrading it, you found the win button. The game becomes a joke from then on out. Still good. The visuals are really good. The story was really fun. The boss battles are actually the best parts of the game because since there's only one person on the screen, it doesn't chug at like steamroller levels of frames per second. It's fun. I would recommend people play the Steam version of the game. No. Or if you happen to have an Xbox One X, or if you happen to have a PS4 Pro, sure, fine. But really, the Steam version of the game, if you got a decent PC, please do not get the base PS4 version. You're doing yourself a service.
I mean, it's still pretty all right, but like, it's probably showing it's probably time.
Yeah. And one other game I got because someone on the Giant Bomb podcast, they have a Facebook group. Someone recommended this for $1.50 because it was on sale on the Switch. Is Cosmic Star Heroine? It is I didn't know it was a Kickstarter JRPG that was successfully kickstarted to the tune of 130K, and here
Whoa.
it is. It's out, and I bought it and I played through it. It takes about 10 to 15 hours to beat, depending on how long you take, and I had a lot of fun with it because I liked. It's based off of Chrono Trigger. The combat system is based off of Chrono Trigger. It's really cool, but if I have a complaint about it, it's very rushed. It's very rushed in that you don't get time with any of your characters learning them like you would in a normal JRPG. There are characters that the game starts introducing characters to you like 2 hours before the game is over, and you have no time to learn that much about them. Some of the characters you get like, hey, I'm your cousin. Oh, cool. What other traits you have? I'm your cousin, and I am a rookie police officer. All right. No, that's it. That's all you're getting. That's it. He's in your party now. He's not even good. I hate him. His name is Finn. I hate him. He's a horrible character. He never went to me to the final boss. It's also there were many times when I say this, like, this feels like baby's first RPG because it's stupid easy, and the development team, which is only 2 people, by the way. I'm not including the people that helped make the music for the game. That was a whole studio. The music is banging, by the way, but there was only 2 developers on the entire game. It came out a little late, 2 years past its Kickstarter date. But they on Twitter reported that yes, we made the game very easy on purpose so that people would simply have fun with the game. I don't know if they fully balanced that out correctly because the only time I got a game over was at the final boss, and that's just because I hadn't figured out its pattern, and then I just beat its ass because it has this very beautiful system where if you die at any enemy, you hit the retry button, and it's like you never lost the battle anyways, which I like.
Yeah, that sounds great. I wish I had that in Smash Bros. When I'm like, no, oh, come on, I was just trying to style. I didn't mean to actually die. Oh, what the hell? No.
No. Oh, no. Golden boots to the face.
The other day, I was just playing against a Captain Falcon, and I side B'd, grabbed them, and, like, was suiciding them off the cliff, and they didn't button out of it because, like, if you're tied, it doesn't give Ganondorf the kill anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yes, I know you won, but actually I won.
We had a debate about this at work because due to the pandemic, we had to suspend it, but we have a Smash Brothers tournament going on. And we're like, do Ganon sides count as Ganon wins? Or do we go by the results screen? And this was a debate.
I mean, I think you know how I feel. I think it's absolutely a kill. That's honestly one of the worst things. That's the only bad thing about the new Smash Bros.
No, that needed change. Ganon sides are ridiculous.
No, it didn't. If you don't want to get Ganon-sided, don't get caught.
You
can button out of it. You can button out of it.
Oh, it's so hard to button out of it because what if you accidentally up B out of it?
That's all you gotta do.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
And just maybe don't stand like right on the edge of the stage.
Yeah, don't try to edge guard Ganon. Otherwise,
yeah, just don't edge guard me, and then you're fine. Just run to the other side of the stage and shoot with your little missile or something cute, like.
What?
Hey, man.
Just to cap that story off, at work we actually
ended up going
with we ended up going with result screen because we're like, okay,
boo.
If you get inside. If you want to style on someone, you're gonna have to take the L if that was your last stock.
Well, well, that just means you gotta earn it because then you gotta have one spare, one. In the bank.
See, that's what I mean by styling on someone. If you got the one spare and you've already got one up on them, and then you gain inside on them, it's even sweeter, isn't it? Doesn't it feel even better?
Oh, man.
You're God. Like, I already had one extra in the chamber. You were not gonna win.
Ganon siding is so good. I love it so much.
It was the only thing that made Ganon playable in Smash 4, because otherwise,
yeah, he was a little too trucky in 4, but I think he's in a really good spot in.
He's perfectly in C tier.
Yeah, because I feel like anybody people who like really know what they're doing know how to like not fall for like the easy tricks. Like Ganondorf is like, he's kind of like a pub stompy character.
Yes.
Where if like people don't know that if you get the side B and they tech out of it, you either get, or like either A, they don't know you can tech out of it, or if you do, that you're either gonna get the forward dash or you're gonna get the back smash.
So what you're saying is Ganondorf is the Father G of Smash Brothers. He's the skill check
no, exactly.
Of the game.
Like if you understand it, then you can deal with Ganondorf. But like if you're not, he has a lot of like very simple checks that if you catch people do a fuck ton of damage.
Mm-hmm. What's that? You fucked up 30%.
Well, yeah, because like if I land the shoulder charge, then I can immediately go into like the up kick, which I can then chase you with like the air neutral. Then you hit him with the backwards
good.
warlock punch to really drive it home.
Have you been watching videos of Smock SMOKK in the Smash Brothers tournament scene? He has to be the best Ganondorf player in the world, and Mike, I'm telling you right now, nothing will get you more hyped than watching him just throw Ganon at people, and they're like, I can't deal with this right now.
Dude, I love a saucy Ganon. Just like, like if you're good at Marth, like who gives a shit? That's like Ganondorf has style, man. He does the flip kicks. He's got the aerials. He can KO you from the middle of the stage like 80% with any one of his aerials. Okay, that's not actually true, but like it feels like it is, which is badass.
The new meta is to play Pikachu, and every time I'm like watching online Smash tournaments,
God,
I'm
Pikachu's
like, this guy's playing Pikachu. I'm not watching that. I refuse to.
No, Pikachu is Pikachu. Oh, I hate Pikachu.
I hate people that play Pikachu online.
Well, he has like so much zone, but then he's like, oh, I'm gonna short hop and do the oh.
I hope you like multiple attacks, because all of my attacks do multiple hits, and you have to block them. And then he has, okay, I'm raging about Pikachu and Pichu.
But like, okay, but yeah, all you got to do is you got to hit Pikachu once, and then you're off to the races, and then you just hit him with the Das Boot, and like kill him at 40%.
The forward A. Oh, that's.
That thing is just like, all right, it's not. Yeah, that's when I do that to you, I'm like, okay, I need to set you up for a Meteor Smash, and I just need to get you out of the stage here. I'm sorry.
Boot. It's so fast too. Anyways, while I'm gushing about how great the new Ganondorf is in Smash Ultimate, they still haven't announced what those new Ultimate, the new champions are going to be for Season 2. And, gonna be honest with you, I haven't bought the Season 2 pack until I know who those champions are. Like, give me at least one.
Yeah, because have we finished the first pass, or is that
the first pass is done.
Okay, yeah, because they've already announced that
people.
The next one is going to be from like ARMS. I'm just like,
oh yeah, did they announce it's actually going to be the ARMS characters?
It's going to be someone from ARMS. They haven't said who, but it's probably Springman, right? Who else would it be? And it'll probably be like some palette swap. So like,
it's Twintel. They're like, there's not enough ass in this game. Bring her in.
Stop. Oh man. Okay. I
hate the game ARMS, by the way. I want to get that out there.
Yeah, I have never played it, and I don't really want to.
It's an awful fighting game. It's awful. It's so, any fighting game that uses motion controls, get it in the trash.
I forgot it was motion. Oh, that's not good.
Go ahead and throw it in the bin.
Devastating for the ARMS pro scene.
Speaking of pro, oh my gosh, we didn't get to talk about this because it happened like right after the podcast. Evo championships have been announced. And while we're talking about Smash Ultimate is not going to participate at Evo due to the pandemic. They're hosting Evo online. Because Nintendo's online is so shit.
Because they're like, what's an Ethernet port? The GameCube had an Ethernet adapter, not this thing.
They can't
I said that, and then I realized how fucking crazy it is. The GameCube had a fucking Ethernet port and a goddamn keyboard controller so you could play Phantasy Star Online.
So I'm going to correct you right now. The GameCube did not have an Ethernet port because I played Phantasy Star Online. You had to buy the broadband adapter kit.
Yeah, you had to buy. You had to buy a broadband adapter for it, but at least add a fucking thing you can play a cable into.
Did it?
God.
Did it actually have like an actual Ethernet jack in the back? Because I remember there was.
I don't know. I never had the broadband adapter. I don't know.
I got the broadband adapter, and that was also not that great. Nintendo has never done online connectivity well. They're like, yeah, I guess we put a Wi-Fi radio in there. I don't know. Good luck. This is why they're online.
Maybe it just means that we'll get more Dragon Ball and other cool games.
Oh my gosh! And Dragon Ball Fighter Z is not the best on Switch either. It says it runs at 60 frames per second. It doesn't always run at 60 frames a second.
That is not a game I would play on the Switch.
It is literally the
I would
worst
not do
version
it.
of Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Not.
is the
I
Switch
love that
version.
game. I think it's a great game.
It
Would
is a
not
great
play
game.
that game on the Switch.
So
That's a bad time.
The FGC, the fighting game community, was, as Mike likes to call it, crab dancing all over the grave of the Smash 30 scene on Twitter, where they're like, "Yo, still Smash and Evo, let's go!" Oh, it's fucked up because I love watching Smash at Evo, but they're right. You can't justify the online connectivity if you're gonna have an online only.
That'd be embarrassing.
Everyone else has figured it out, but Nintendo's like, I don't know, just peer-to-peer, Wi-Fi.
We're just gonna we'll just route it through this chat room. It's on your browser. Friend code.
I want to say there's someone who Smash Ultimate. I had this revelation is like one of my favorite video games of all time. The fighting game community is right to dunk on it at this time.
100%. I 100%. I agree. I do not think you can. You cannot not agree with that.
No. All right. Speaking of advancements, as we were talking about, so the PS5 is going to get a reveal show in actually 5 days from now.
Yeah, it sounds like that is coming up this week, and I think they've been very hush hush on like trying to. I saw that they've been very paranoid about like info leaking and stuff, and that they like Jason Schreier said that Sony was so paranoid that developers didn't even know like what dates were going to be up for things.
Yeah.
Just because they just didn't know, because Sony didn't give them a date, because they're just like, oh, we just have to keep this on lock. Oh God.
Eventually, this system will come out eventually.
So I think it'll be cool to finally get to see this thing in action. I think that they did announce that because that like new PS4 games coming out after July must also, I think, run on the PS5.
Yes.
Which is, I think, cool. And I imagine that we'll probably like finally get the full scoop on like the whole thing. So I'm excited. Did we ever like figure out? I wonder. We'll probably get a price here, right? Or do you think we won't get that yet?
There are some prices floating around based on best guess estimations, and the price that's floating around as a best guess right now is $450.
$450 seems like. I mean, that seems. I think that's like. What was PlayStation? 400 or 500?
It was shit. I want to say it was 400. I want to say it was $399. Let's see PS4 launch price. I didn't get one at launch. I got one a year later.
I got one when Bloodborne came out. Yeah.
It was $399. So that was 400.
Okay,
so if it's
like 450 seems like. I
Seems
think
fair.
that. That doesn't seem crazy to me.
Yeah.
I mean, they will have to do a little work to like sell that.
Sure.
In all things, but I think if it's gonna have like a built-in terabyte solid state drive, like, and some pretty cool. Like, I don't think that's too outlandish. I think that is. I feel like the highest they could go is 500. Before people like, yeah, that's the thing. It's like 500 is like the absolute peak it could be. So 450 feels pretty. I feel like that feels pretty on. That's what I would guess.
500 killed the Xbox One. Also, 500 is an outrageous freaking price for the Xbox One in retrospect.
Yeah.
Like, granted, hindsight is 2020, but what were you guys thinking?
And it's a lot for an Xbox and then like a mandatory spy camera.
Oh yeah, the Kinect. Oh my gosh, rest in peace, you little unit. Oh my word.
Yeah. Not good.
Here's something that concerns me about the PS5, and I know nothing about it, by the way. Like, I know as much as anyone else with like a Google search bar can actually look up. Will it support backwards compatibility? Because I feel like at this point, the way Xbox, Microsoft has been coming with the Xbox Series X about backwards compatibility, if the PS5 doesn't support like a little bit of backwards compatibility, that'll definitely make me wait.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the one thing that they have to that they really need to be sure they get right. Um what was I gonna say? Yeah, so because it has, I mean, because I guess that's the other thing is like I don't think like I don't think that the PS5 will be different enough structurally from the PS4 to justify it not having some sort of backward compatibility. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how does that? It doesn't make sense if it like, because the PS4 is just like a computer. It's not like because like the PS3 like kind of made sense that they couldn't do it from the PS3 to the PS4 because like the PS3 was like a whole different fucking.
It was over-engineered as hell.
Yeah, like nightmare system. And the PS4 is not that. Like it's just a computer basically. So like
Yeah, exactly. It's
so
supposed to be a high-end computer. I don't know how much I believe that.
I guess like I think it will be very easy for them to I mean, okay, yeah, this is armchair developer. I don't know any of this shit. I'm a dumbass. Don't hold this shit against me when it's wrong. Don't
I'm
be
not
mad
a
at me,
lawyer.
gamers. You are already. That's why you're a gamer.
Damn.
Like I think it will be probably easier for them to implement like PS4 backwards compatibility to the PS5. And I think everybody knows that too. So if they say that it doesn't have so they're going to have some really like they're going to have some work cut out for them if they really try to run and say that the PS5 isn't going to be backwards compatible in any sort of true sense.
They're gonna have to like
You know what I
justify
mean?
that hard. Yeah.
Like because there's just everyone's just going to know exactly why that's the case, and that's going to be a real bummer. And especially like with Microsoft being very upfront about being really serious about that stuff, plus like the popularity that they've like been like Game Pass has been like really picking up steam, pun intended. So
Wow.
like that I feel like that's a really good question. I'd love for them to drop like the full back compat like hammer. But I think the absolute minimum that they need to have here is like PS4 and like backwards compatibility, including like the library of like digital stuff too. Because that again, it's like there's no way. I don't know how you sell that otherwise. Like that's crazy.
We could be seeing a cycle where like because the PlayStation 2 had full backwards compatibility with the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
And that was great. And that still is great. It's the reason why I keep my PS2 around. Because I'm like, this is fucking excellent. But then, you know...
You can play Croc 2 as much as you want.
Shut up. Actually, if anyone has a copy of Rival Schools at a decent price, send a DM. I'm interested. Anyways,
Also send that to Josh's email, which
Yep.
is which will be in the show description.
damn it, you just reminded me I have to bleep that out.
Oh shit! Damn it, he almost forgot.
Let me take a note on that. But then they were high on their own fumes, high on their own supply. Then they let out the PS3 and $5.99 US, $5.99 US. Like they're
Ridge Racer.
proud of it.
Ridge Racer. It's Ridge Racer.
And then he hits the weak point for massive damage.
Giant enemy crab. God,
Giant
that is
enemy crab.
like, I think Ubisoft always has very like full cringe E3 shows, but I think that one is still one of the most iconic like E3 cringe.
I think that one was bad because it was the announcement of a console. I still think 2008's announcement of like Wii Music, that might have been the worst thing to sit through.
We should do a countdown of like a E3 like special, just like go through and try and do a countdown of like the most cringe
I'm
Who
actually
posted the
making a
most
note of
E3
that.
cringe? I'm sure that's already been done.
I don't think it
whatever.
has.
But like, if we do a real good list of like some honorable mentions and then the top 10 of E3 cringe. I mean, that's the thing is that everyone already knows what that list looks like though. So like,
so
because how is number one not the PS? Yeah, we'll have to do some digging.
Giant enemy crab is pretty iconic.
Yeah, that one got memed. It still gets memed. And then people today are still like, PS3 has no games.
It doesn't. It had one game that I bought a PS3 for. It had Mag, which was 64 on 64 FPS, and that was fun. It ran like shit, but it was fun. Also, those servers did not last long. It was 64 on 64 for a solid like 3 months, but those numbers
And then it was
dropped
like
off.
7 versus 15.
Then it got 32 on 32, and I don't know. I kind of
Just
enjoyed
kinda-
it. It was
Just went down logarithmically from there.
yeah. Other than that, it was a decent Blu-ray player. I don't know. I got nothing. PS3 was not the best console.
No, it was not.
No, they had the Nathan Drake collection on it. We'll circle back to that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the PS5 reveal. I'm looking forward to what Sony's going to bring to the table. They better bring a price point to it. We got a couple of months before the fall. Well, actually, we got 4 months until the fall, something like that. So hopefully that shakes out. And I am taking a note that we should do an episode on the worst E3 moments of all time. Up to this
we
point.
should do that. Well, Ray, I think that's kind of all I have at the moment here. We just passed our hour mark. Any
That's all I
parting
have.
shots here.
No. Well, I actually do have a parting shot. With these last closing days of the pandemic, I want everyone to take stock.
Citation needed. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, if history's going to repeat itself, it might get worse before it gets better, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I'm trying to say. Well, this is my parting shot. I went for a walk today, just walking around my neighborhood, and there's a restaurant about a mile away from here, and I walked past the restaurant, and it was crowded, and it's like, everyone, maybe that's not the answer. Maybe slow it down a little bit. There are still really good games. Maybe keep trying out a couple of those. Take it slow. For those of you returning back to work, take that slow. Maybe wear a mask. Still, hand sanitizers easier to get from now on.
Mm-hmm.
Just everyone be safe. I don't know. That's just a message I want to get out there.
Yeah, I mean, if you are just trying to survive the Rona, not trying to catch that Rona, also not trying to catch that police brutality, please be safe. We support you in all of your endeavors. You know who you are.
Yes.
Godspeed. And hey, if you ever want to keep listening to us, the only anti-gamer gaming podcast, you can find us on podcasts, wherever you get them. Unscripted Gaming on Facebook, Unscript_gaming on Twitter. And again, Ray will post Josh's email for any complaints and or concerns, and he will answer all of them individually within 15 minutes. So,
we have an Unscripted Gaming email. Just send
also,
it to that.
Actually, no, just send them to the Unscripted Gaming email. And
yes, we have one of those.
Oh yeah, we should hey, send us mail and we can laugh at your dumb mail.
It's actually unscriptedgamecast@gmail.com.
Yeah, if you have any, if you want to bully me, send it to unscript whatever Ray just said, and then we'll go from there.
Yes. Otherwise, that's it.
You can send me your angry mail and I will read it and not get mad, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Wow, that's the emptiest of threats.
Yeah. And yet the most powerful. How ironic.
Anyways.
On that note, we should end this podcast.
Please.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out, folks. I'm Mike.
I'm Ray.
And we'll see you next time. Peace.